The Holy Grail, a sacred treasure spoken of in whispers. Is it just a cup, the one Jesus used at the Last Supper, or is it something much more important? Its very existence has fascinated people for centuries. From the Knights of the Round Table to scholars today, the search for the Grail has consumed many, each one looking for answers. But the Grail, like faith itself, is hard to find. Stories passed down through time hint at the Grail's true meaning and where it might be hidden. One name, one person is always linked to the legend of the Holy Grail, Mary Magdalene. After Jesus died on the cross, darkness fell upon his followers. Fear and uncertainty filled their hearts. During this difficult time, Mary Magdalene disappeared from the Bible stories. Where did she go? What happened to her? The scriptures don't say. But whispers tell a different story. A story of a dangerous journey across the sea, of a woman escaping danger, finding safety in a faraway land. Legend says she arrived on the southern coast of what we now call France, carrying a precious secret, the bloodline of Jesus. Was Mary Magdalene's trip to France just a nice story, or could the whispers be true? Scholars and historians have argued about Mary Magdalene's journey for a long time, searching old texts and archaeological discoveries for clues. Some say it's just folklore, while others see interesting evidence that suggests a more complicated truth. People in southern France worshipped Mary Magdalene even before the church officially recognized her, suggesting a strong connection to the area. Old chapels, said to be built by Mary Magdalene herself, stand as quiet reminders of her lasting legacy. The whispers start after everything happened. Jesus' followers scattered, lost in a sea of confusion. Among them Mary Magdalene, her heart heavy with sadness, her faith tested like never before. The Roman authorities, wanting to stop any rebellion, focus on Jesus' followers. Persecution becomes a harsh reality. The story goes that a small boat, leaving secretly at night, carried a precious cargo. Among the hidden figures seeking safety across the Mediterranean Sea was Mary Magdalene. The shores of Provence rise from the sea, a mix of rough cliffs and hidden coves. It is here, in this land of ancient secrets, that Mary Magdalene finds safety. She is welcomed, not as a foreigner, but as a fellow believer. In the peaceful villages and busy port towns of Provence, she finds refuge, a place to mourn and to heal. Mary Magdalene becomes a sign of hope, a symbol of strength for the new Christian community. Her presence, once a whisper, becomes a force for change. Hidden among the old scrolls and ancient writings, a whisper of something forbidden. The Gospel of Mary, a text considered too dangerous, too radical for believers to see. This Gospel, said to be written by Mary Magdalene herself, tells a different story, a tale of a woman who wasn't just a follower but a close friend. The Gospel of Mary speaks of a more spiritual understanding of Jesus' message, focusing on inner wisdom over blind faith. It's a gospel that empowers individuals, that speaks of the divine feminine, yet like a seed buried deep in the ground, its message survived, waiting for the right time to grow again. Across the rolling hills and sunny valleys of Provence, a trail of whispers, a legacy carved in stone. Ancient chapels, their weathered stones showing centuries of faith and devotion, stand as silent witnesses to Mary Magdalene's lasting presence. In the crypt of the Basilica of Saint-Maximin-la-Sainte-Baume, it is said, lie the remains of Mary Magdalene, her bones a holy relic. Pilgrims, drawn by the power of her story, come to pay their respects. The grotto of Mary Magdalene, nestled high in the cliffs, whispers of her years spent alone. And in the seaside town of Les Saintes-Maries-de-la-Mer, a lively celebration takes place every year. The Holy Grail. Is it just a cup, the one Jesus used at the Last Supper, or does it mean something more? Some believe the Grail is not a real object, but a symbol of spiritual understanding. Others link the Grail to the divine feminine, connecting it with Mary Magdalene herself. The cup becomes a symbol of fertility, of nourishment, of the life-giving power of women. And then there are those who believe the Grail is the womb of Mary Magdalene, carrying the bloodline of Jesus. The legend of the Grail becomes completely intertwined with Mary Magdalene's story. Was she, as some believe, Jesus' wife, their union a sacred bond hidden from the world? The idea of Jesus having children challenges the very core of Christian beliefs. And so the story goes, Mary Magdalene, carrying Jesus' bloodline, becomes the first protector of the Grail. The Grail, no longer just a cup, but a living legacy, a bloodline that has the power to change history. This secret lineage, it is said, became the ancestors of the Merovingian dynasty, the early kings of France. If Jesus' bloodline did survive, hidden in the heart of Europe, then who protected this secret? Secret societies surrounded by myth and legend emerge from the shadows of history. The Knights Templar, warrior monks sworn to protect pilgrims, are said to have found secrets hidden beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The Cathars, a religious group considered heretical by the Catholic Church, believed in a world with two opposing forces. They rejected the Church's authority, focusing on personal experience and spiritual knowledge. And then there's the Priory of Sion, a secret society wrapped in mystery, its existence debated by historians. Dan Brown's popular book, The Davinci Code, brought the legend of the Holy Grail and Mary Magdalene's bloodline to everyone's attention. A thrilling mix of truth and fiction, history and conspiracy, the book caused controversy and discussion. Brown's novel presents an exciting possibility, that the Holy Grail isn't a real object but represents Mary Magdalene herself. While many dismiss the Davinci Code as just a story, its impact on popular culture is undeniable. It has sparked debate about the role of women in the early church and the nature of the divine feminine. The book reminds us that history isn't always what it seems, that secrets remain hidden. Dan Brown, in his thought-provoking novel, throws us into a world where nothing is as it appears. He encourages us to question everything, to look beyond what we think we know and explore the hidden meanings of symbols. Because it's within these symbols, Brown suggests, that the true secrets of the Grail are hidden. He uses the works of Leonardo da Vinci, whose paintings, he argues, are filled with clues to this ancient mystery. One of the most controversial claims in the Da Vinci Code is that Mary Magdalene is in Da Vinci's famous painting, The Last Supper. Brown's novel, whether it's completely true or not, started a conversation, a questioning of the accepted story. Section 2. A new look at the Last Supper. The Last Supper, a crucial moment in Christian tradition, a scene shown countless times in art and literature, takes on a whole new meaning in Brown's story. It's no longer just a last meal shared between Jesus and his disciples, but a place for hidden messages, for sharing a secret that would echo through time. Brown points out that there's no cup on the table, the very object that would represent the Holy Grail. This missing cup, he argues, isn't a mistake, but a clue left by Da Vinci, a hint that the real Grail isn't a physical object, but something much deeper. He highlights how the figures are arranged, the way Jesus and Mary Magdalene subtly mirror each other, their bodies forming a V shape, a symbol, Brown suggests, of the sacred feminine. This visual clue, hidden in plain sight, hints at a stronger connection between them, a bond that goes beyond the usual teacher-student relationship. Brown's interpretation of The Last Supper, though controversial, resonated with readers, opening their minds to the idea that history, like art, can be interpreted in different ways, that the truth is often subjective, shaped by those who tell the story. It's this element of doubt, of questioning, that makes Brown's novel so captivating, so effective in challenging long-held beliefs. Section 3. The Divine Feminine. At the heart of the Da Vinci Code is a challenge to the traditional male-dominated structure of the Church, a reimagining of the role of women in early Christianity. Brown's novel elevates Mary Magdalene from a repentant prostitute to a trusted confidant, from a silent follower to a wise teacher, the keeper of a truth that could shake the Church's foundations. By portraying Mary Magdalene as Jesus' wife, the mother of his child, Brown connects with ancient goddess myths, drawing parallels between Mary Magdalene and figures like Isis, Ishtar, and Aphrodite. He suggests that early Christianity, before it was formalized by the Church, embraced a more balanced view of the divine, one that honored both the masculine and feminine aspects of creation. This reimagining of the divine feminine resonated deeply with readers, especially women who had long felt marginalized within traditional organized religion. The Da Vinci Code gave these voices a platform, allowing for a different narrative to be explored, one that celebrated the power and wisdom of women. Brown's novel, while clearly a work of fiction, acted as a starting point for a wider conversation about the role of women in religion, the suppression of the feminine divine, and the need for a more inclusive and balanced spirituality. It's this exploration of deeper themes, this challenge to the status quo, that elevates Brown's work beyond mere entertainment and into the realm of cultural phenomenon. Section 4. A Wall of Silence. The Davinci Code is as much a thriller as it is a discussion of history and religion. Brown skillfully creates a story of intrigue, pulling the reader into a world where secret societies work in the shadows, protecting ancient truths, their influence felt in the halls of power. The novel suggests that the truth about Jesus and Mary Magdalene, about their bloodline and the true meaning of the Holy Grail, has been purposely hidden by the Church for centuries. This conspiracy, Brown argues, is driven by a desire to maintain control, to protect the male-dominated structure of the Church, and to prevent the spread of a truth that could weaken its authority. Brown implicates real historical figures and organizations in this conspiracy, including the Knights Templar, the Priory of Sion, and even the Vatican itself. While historians debate whether Brown's claims are true, the novel's main idea, that powerful forces have manipulated history and suppressed the truth, resonates deeply with readers who are increasingly skeptical of institutions and official narratives. The Davinci Code tapped into a growing sense of mistrust in authority, a belief that secrets are being kept, that the truth is often hidden from view. Brown's novel, whether intentionally or not, became a symbol of this questioning spirit, a rallying cry for those who refuse to accept the official version of events without question. Section 5 echoes in art and writing. The ideas explored in the Davinci Code aren't new. The legend of the Holy Grail, the mystery surrounding Mary Magdalene, the idea of a secret bloodline of Christ, these are all themes that have appeared in art and literature for centuries. Brown's novel, instead of inventing these ideas, simply repackaged them for a modern audience, tapping into a deep fascination with the mystical and the unknown. From the Arthurian legends to the works of William Blake and William Butler Yeats, the Grail has long been a symbol of spiritual searching, a metaphor for the journey of the soul. Mary Magdalene, too, has been a source of fascination for artists and writers, her image changing over the centuries from repentant sinner to mystic and visionary. The Davinci Code didn't create these myths, but it did reawaken them, breathing new life into ancient stories and inspiring a new generation to grapple with the mysteries of faith, history, and the nature of truth itself. Brown's work serves as a reminder that the past is never truly past, that the stories we tell ourselves about history continue to shape our present and our future. The silver screen shines, a doorway to other worlds, other times. The stories of Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and the Holy Grail have long fascinated filmmakers, each trying to capture the essence of these enduring mysteries, each offering their own interpretation of events lost in the mists of time. From the grandeur of Cecil B. DeMille's epics to the gritty realism of more recent productions, the power of these narratives continues to resonate with audiences. Franco Zeffirelli's Jesus of Nazareth, a long mini-series that captivated television viewers in the 1970s, offered a deeply moving and human portrayal of Jesus, his teachings brought to life with a sense of closeness and immediacy. The film's depiction of Mary Magdalene, played with quiet dignity by Anne Bancroft, emphasized her devotion to Jesus and her role as a witness to his ministry and resurrection. Mel Gibson's controversial The Passion of the Christ focused on the brutal reality of Jesus' final hours, sparking debate about its graphic violence but also its powerful depiction of faith and sacrifice. While Mary Magdalene's role in the film is relatively small, her presence at the foot of the cross serves as a powerful reminder of the unwavering loyalty and love she embodied. These cinematic interpretations, while different in their approach, all contribute to the ongoing conversation about the historical Jesus, the role of Mary Magdalene, and the enduring power of their story. Each film offers a glimpse into these ancient mysteries, inviting us to engage with them anew, to ask questions and to find our own personal meaning within these timeless narratives. Section 2, a modern viewpoint. In a world filled with CGI spectacles and superhero movies, a quiet change has been happening in biblical storytelling. The Chosen, a multi-season series paid for entirely by viewers, has taken a refreshingly human and relatable approach to the life of Jesus and his followers, earning critical praise and a dedicated global fan base. Created by Dallas Jenkins, The Chosen delves into the individual stories of those who were drawn to Jesus, exploring their doubts, fears, and hopes in first-century Palestine. The series portrays Jesus not as an untouchable icon, but as a charismatic and compassionate teacher. His divinity shone through his interactions with everyday people whose lives are changed forever by his presence. The Chosen offers a nuanced and moving portrayal of Mary Magdalene, played with a compelling mix of vulnerability and strength by Elizabeth Tabish. The series explores Mary's past, showing the pain and isolation that led her to find comfort in Jesus' teachings. The Chosen presents Mary Magdalene not as a repentant sinner, but as a beloved disciple. Her intelligence and devotion to Jesus give an equal importance to her male counterparts. By making these iconic figures feel like real people, The Chosen has connected with modern audiences, offering a fresh perspective on familiar stories and inviting viewers to connect with the characters and their journeys on a deeply personal level. Section 3. Lasting images, lasting mysteries. The images stay with us. A cup bathed in ethereal light, a woman's sorrowful gaze, a rugged coastline whispering of journeys taken and secrets kept. The stories of the Holy Grail, Mary Magdalene, and the enduring mysteries surrounding Jesus' life and teachings continue to captivate our collective imagination, going beyond time and cultural boundaries. Whether shown on the silver screen, explored in a best-selling novel, or brought to life in a small theatre production, these narratives have the power to transport us, to make us question, to challenge our preconceived notions, and to inspire us to seek deeper meaning in our own lives. Perhaps the true power of these stories lies not in finding definite answers, but in embracing the mystery, the ambiguity, the enduring questions that have resonated through the ages. The quest for the Holy Grail, both literally and metaphorically, is a journey of self-discovery, a search for truth and meaning that continues to resonate with each passing generation. And Mary Magdalene, the enigmatic figure at the heart of these mysteries, serves as a reminder that faith, love, and devotion can flourish even in the most unexpected of places, their roots reaching deep into the human heart, their branches forever reaching towards the divine. Section 1. The lasting appeal. The whispers remain, echoing through time, woven into Western civilization. The Holy Grail, Mary Magdalene, the bloodline of Christ. These aren't just stories, not just legends in history books. They are living mysteries, their power to fascinate and intrigue, as strong today as it was centuries ago. Why do these tales continue to hold such power over our collective imagination? Perhaps it's the very nature of mystery itself, the appeal of the unknown, the exciting possibility that some truths are meant to stay hidden just out of reach. Or perhaps it's the human need to believe in something bigger than ourselves, to find meaning and purpose in a world that can often seem chaotic and uncaring. The Holy Grail, whether a real object or a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, embodies this yearning for something more. It represents the search for the divine, the quest for knowledge and understanding, the desire to connect with a power beyond our earthly existence. And Mary Magdalene, the woman who walked with Christ, who witnessed his teachings and his resurrection, embodies the transformative power of faith, the enduring strength of love and devotion when facing hardship. These stories, passed down through generations, retold and reinterpreted countless times, continue to resonate because they speak to something deep within us. They remind us that the world is full of mystery, that truth is often hard to find, and that the journey itself, the search for meaning and understanding, is just as important as any destination we may reach along the way. Section 2. The search goes on. So, as we close this exploration, as the screen goes dark, we're left not with answers, but with more questions. The search for the Holy Grail, for the truth about Mary Magdalene, for a deeper understanding of the mysteries of faith is a continuing journey, one that each of us must take for ourselves. The stories we've explored remind us that history isn't a fixed and unchangeable thing, but a tapestry woven from many threads, each representing a different perspective, a different interpretation of events. And like any good story, the tales of the Holy Grail and Mary Magdalene are open to interpretation, their meanings changing and evolving with each retelling. We are invited to engage with these mysteries, to ask our own questions, to draw our own conclusions. We're encouraged to look beyond what is commonly accepted as truth, to delve into the hidden corners of history, to explore the rich world of art, literature, and folklore that has been inspired by these enduring themes. The quest for the Holy Grail, for the true story of Mary Magdalene, is ultimately a quest for self-discovery. It's a journey that leads us inward, towards a deeper understanding of ourselves, our beliefs, and our place in the grand scheme of existence. And while the answers we seek may remain elusive, the journey itself is its own reward, a path that can lead us to a richer, more meaningful understanding of the world and our place within it.